Welcome dear students to our English class. I am teacher Veldrina Gonsalves and today we are going to study lesson 3.3 The Last Leaf by O. Henry. The Last Leaf is a touching story of how a painter inspires a girl to live and in the process loses his life. The Last Leaf is a story by O. Henry and was published and written in 1907. This story was published in O. Henry's collection, The Trimmed Lamp and Other Story. The theme of the story is health, friendship, and sacrifice. Students, here is some more information about O. Henry. O. Henry was born on September 11, 1862. He died on June 5, 1910. His real name was William Sidney Potter. He was an American short story writer. His famous works are The Gift of the Maggie, The Ransom of Red Chief, The Retrieved Reformation. Students, before starting with the lesson, let's begin with the warming up. First question. Suppose you suffer from a long-term illness, 1 or 2 weeks. What should you do and what should you avoid? Fill up the table of do's and don'ts. Now students, below is the table given of do's and don'ts. We have to fill it up. First, let us see the do's. First one, go to a doctor for diagnosis. Second, take medicines on time. Third, take a suitable diet. Fourth, take rest. Fifth, rest in a properly ventilated room. Sixth, have cheerful thoughts, courage, positive attitude. Now students, let us see the other side of the table, that is the don'ts. First one, do not try any medication on your own. Second, do not avoid medication on time. Third, avoid junk food. Fourth, avoid physical stress and exertion. Fifth, do not close doors and windows. Sixth, do not lose hope and courage. Now let's see the next question. You already know that homophones are pairs of words that sound the same but differ in spellings and meanings. Make pairs of sentences of your own to point out the different meanings of the following homographs. So students, below are the pairs of sentences where the words are same but their meanings differ. First one, fine. A. The new driver had to pay a fine for breaking the signal. B. We decided to go for a picnic only if the day was fine. Now students, here in these two sentences, the word fine is similar, but their meanings differ. Second word, wave. A. Ronnie waved to his father before going for the picnic. B. The waves in the sea before the tsunami were huge. Third one, bear. A. The grizzly bear hibernates during winter. B. Simi could not bear to see the two cats fighting. Fourth word, rose. A. The rose is a beautiful flower. B. The teacher rose from her chair to explain the sum. Fifth, lead. A. Lead is used in pencils. B. A good king leads his country to prosperity. Sixth, match. A. Though we lost the match, we were not upset. B. Buy the shoes only if they match the dress, said mother to Madhu. Seventh, second. A. Every second counts when we are writing an examination paper. B. Take the second turn on the right, directed the policeman. Eighth, object. A. The lawyer objected to what the witness said. B. The objects on the table were taken away before the girl could see them properly. Students, kindly note, in this video, we will study only the summary of the lessons and meanings of some difficult words. Now, let us see the summary of the lesson. In the poorer parts of New York, there was a colony where many struggling artists lived. Among them, Sue and John C. were two young artists who shared same interest and became friends and shared the same flat. John C. was small, thin, and not very strong. After spending few months in New York, John C. fell sick with pneumonia and she did not seem to get better. She would lie in bed for hours, staring at nothing. Sue was worried about her. Sue called the doctor. Though the doctor came every day, John C. did not get better. The doctor then took Sue aside and asked her if John C. had something that was worrying her. As per doctor's diagnosis, John C. had lost her will to live. Doctor further stated that the medicines alone would not help John C. until she has made up her mind to live. Sue tried different things to help John C. She talked about many things, but John C. did not respond. Sue brought her drawing board to John C.'s room and tried to distract John C., but there was no response from her. It was at this time that Sue noticed John C. was whispering something to herself. She quickly went to John C.'s side and noticed that John C. was looking out of the window and counting backwards from 12 and stopped at 7. Sue looked out of the window and saw an old ivy creeper, and the cold wind of autumn had taken away most of its leaves. Sue anxiously asked John C. what the matter was, and then John C. whispered that the leaves of the creeper were falling. Johnsy said, 3 days ago, there were hundreds of leaves and now there are only 5 left. Johnsy proclaimed that she would die when the last leaf falls off. Sue told Johnsy to stop talking nonsense and went to get a bowl of soup for Johnsy. Johnsy, however, refused to have the soup. She told Sue that since she was going to die, eating did not matter to her anymore. She only wanted to see the last leaf fall off so that she could die in peace. Now Sue needed the light to complete the painting so that she could sell it for some money. So she begged Johnsy not to look out of the window on the leaf while she was painting. Johnsy agreed, but asked Sue to finish her painting quickly. Sue's painting was about an old miner. For her model, she had chosen Berman. He was an old painter who lived in the same building where Sue and Johnsy lived. He was a failure in art. His dream was to paint a masterpiece. Sue went downstairs to talk to Berman and told him about her worries for Johnsy. Berman came upstairs with Sue to talk to Johnsy. Johnsy, however, had fallen asleep. Sue went to the window and saw that there was only one leaf remaining on the ivy creeper, and it looked like it would fall soon. Next morning, Johnsy wanted to see the last leaf, but Sue was scared. On opening the curtains, Sue found the leaf still standing. Sue exclaimed that the leaf looked strong and healthy. She thought that it was a sign that Johnsy would recover, but Johnsy disagreed. That day, she waited for the leaf to fall. But the leaf remained strong despite the storm raging outside. Finally, in the evening, she called Sue and said, "Sue dear, I have been a bad girl and something has made a last leaf stay there to show me how wicked I was. It is a sin to want to die." The last leaf made her realize that she had been selfish. Sue hugged Johnsy and brought her soup and milk. Johnsy wanted to sit up in bed and said, "Someday I hope to paint the Bay of Naples." Next afternoon, the doctor came and examined Johnsy. He proclaimed that Johnsy has found the will to live. He was confident that she would recover soon. The doctor then told them that he was going downstairs to check on Berman. Berman was suffering from pneumonia. The next morning, Sue came to Johnsy's bed and told her that Berman had passed away. He had been out in the stormy night. The sweeper had found him shivering in his bed with wet clothes brushes, and paint strewn all around his bed. Sue then pointed out the last leaf to John C. It still looked strong and healthy. Berman had sacrificed his life to go out in the storm and paint the last leaf on the ivy creeper. It was his masterpiece. So students, the story, The Last Leaf, centers around the last leaf left on the ivy creeper, which plays a vital role in the story. On one hand, it is linked with Johnson's illness, while on the other, it relates to an individual's capacity for sacrifice and their commitment to life. Students, I hope you all have understood this lesson. Now, we will see the meanings of some difficult words. Glossary. Students, you all have to write these meanings in your notebook. First one, artist, a person who creates paintings or drawings as a profession or hobby. Second, broth or hot soup. Third, clinging, to hold together. Fourth, fancy, imagination. Fifth, fluttered, irregular shaking movement. Sixth, gnarled, twisted. Seventh, ivy vine, a strong creeper with green leaves and yellow berries. Eighth, model, a thing used as an example to follow or imitate. Ninth, masterpiece, a most valuable, outstanding work of art. 10th, mingled, mixed. 11th, raged, feel or express violent anger. 12th, struggling, striving to achieve or attain something in the face of difficulty or resistance. 13th, skeleton, the supporting framework, basic structure or essential part of something. 14th, staring, look vacantly at someone or something with one's eyes wide open. 15th, tinted, slightly colored. 16th, wielded the brush, painted with a flourish. 17th, wicked, evil or morally wrong. Thank you.